Hi Libra, welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm doing a reading for the new moon in Taurus partial eclipse happening on April 30th. The idea is to just use that energy as a backdrop for the reading. To emphasize that I'm using the Dark Days Tarot, which is a deck in honor of the phases of the moon. More specifically, the new moon, the dark moon. I'm going to draw just one card to get like a feel. And the idea is just to see what unfolds specifically in the next, let's say, 5 days, right? From now until, I don't know, next Monday, Tuesday. But being a partial eclipse, you know, the effects of that are, you might see some echoes of that in the, you know, following months, sometimes up to 6 months. Or you might see another resurgence, something happening now, something similar happening in 6 months, something like that. So that's just to give you an idea of where I'm situating the reading. So let's pull that card. It doesn't want to come out. I'm going to put on my glasses. Wow, the star. It did come out in reverse. The star and the sun in reverse for me are very mild, like counter effects, right? Of the, sometimes a card in reverse could be more difficult to work with, but the star is one of the more easier ones, right? It's such a beautiful, beneficial influence that you might have some doubts about something, and I use the word doubt because you just might be, I have the word now, demotivated. So there's something that for which you had a lot more drive, right? You had a lot more interest, and suddenly you lack in motivation, you lack in sort of, I don't know, interest almost. It's really interesting. You're not as hopeful, right? So you're not putting as much into it as you used to. Whether it's energetically speaking or even just, you know, really physically, if you're actually, if you're actually like getting things done, you know, specifically, concretely. Let's get some tarot out of the Rider-Waite and see what we're looking at here. More in detail, more in depth. Nine of Wands in reverse, that's good, but it's still a card of being a little bit jaded, a little bit fed up. It is in reverse. I like the fact that you might be demotivated, but you're not tired and you're not exhausted and you're not, how do we say, you're not impeded and you're not, you're a little bit slowed down. That's still present. Let's see what this pertains to. Because it only talks about how you feel about it, not necessarily what it is. Or what it is that you feel this way about, right? Four of Cups and then the Two of Wands. This is really, really interesting. I mean, I really picked the right word, like right from the get-go. Demotivated. You're like, you're losing interest. It's really interesting. I picked that up right away. This is like emphasize, like Rotary times here. And what's really interesting is that the last card out, so the one that's further, basically your, not necessarily your future action, but eventually your, I have the word, the way you view things, okay? So it's interesting because for me, it's like he's looking out, so it's already like what it is that you're like turning your attention to. And it's really like, it emphasizes vision in your eyes and where you're actually concentrating your gaze. That's really interesting. I just got the word, I didn't even know that existed, right? Before I wore glasses, I had 20/20 vision, right? In my younger days. But once I met someone who told me they had a vision that was 40/20, like I don't know if that's the correct, I don't know if it's really 40/20, but their vision was extra good. And I was like super impressed, you know. It's like, for me, it's like the sniper, right? It's like, also people with really, really good vision are usually like people that are pilots, or, you know, that have these sort of trades, or like their work is like correlates or really dependent on that particular gift that they have, the gift of vision. And now I'm hearing like gift of vision, like it's not just like what you see 3D reality, like it's like the person could also have the gift of vision, like, you know, psychically. It's really interesting. Anyway, back to this energy of where you're absolute. Okay, so by the way, even the cards that came out, it's still not telling me what it is that you are demotivated about. It's not pointing it out. It just keeps emphasizing that you're bored with it, that you're not paying attention to it. And it's, if you look, I'm going to show you the sequence. When I put the 3 cards, the 2 of Wands, even if usually he looks at the future and he's looking ahead, because of the way he's placed, he's actually looking back at what he's demotivated about. So it's almost like he's looking, you're gaining insight. Is that how you say detachment? You're sort of looking at, yeah, placing yourself, and that's why you need really good sight, because you're placing yourself at a high level to look at things from a very, very high level view. Very, very interesting reading. And here what happens is, I still, even though the gaze is basically looking back at things, you're looking back in order to look forward better. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. And the reason you're in the 4 Cups mode, which is like basically standing still and not acting and not moving, you're very self-reflective, contemplative, is because you're analyzing, or you might be going within for that internal vision of what it is that you want to manifest, right? And again, the star being usually a card of future, right? Things that are futuristic, avant-garde, that haven't been done before, that are new to you. It points out that it's almost like it's really this moment of reflection is absolutely needed and crucial to your future. This is really powerful. I'm really sensing it in my like it's not my gut, it's like I just had a feeling here in my plexus, like it's very, very strong. It's really interesting. And I know I say the word interesting like 20 times during each read, but I really meant this one more than the others. I'm feeling this one very strongly. Okay, one card flipped. Octopus. Let's see. Octopus is like eight. But the octopus is so smart, right? And you know how, I mean, for me, they're so intelligent, right? And they learn so fast that another characteristic for me of that form of intelligence is like they're creative, because they always look for solution. And I know that because I've looked at plenty of videos with octopuses. I'm fascinated by them. And one of the things that they do is they feel out with their tentacles, right? And this is what I find really creative, is that they're very flexible, and they're really like trying out things, and like they go for the feels of things, you know, and like it's really fascinating. I'm a big nature lover too, right? So I guess it shows here. Okay, octopus, where are you? Oh, nice. The card is regeneration. Okay, as a living representation of the power of regeneration, octopus bestows the auspicious news that despite profound loss or wounds, life is dexterous. I love that word. Because, you know, it's interesting. I was telling you about the vision, like the 40/20 vision, like, you know, when you have such a vision, right, it confers you with more ability. It's a heightened ability. So being dexterous, right, usually it's with your hands. It means you're very crafty, but it could also be applied to how agile you are and how capable you are at troubleshooting, or like, anyway, it's really interesting to me. So she supports the improbable truth that brokenness is not defeat. We can come back even stronger than before. Within the universe, there is an infinite supply of energy. Money is not spent, it is circulated. Love is never lost, it takes new forms. Opportunities aren't missed, they return in ways that more accurately reflect your truth. Call on octopus's medicine when you need to be reminded that healing and regeneration, healing with the star. I know it's in reverse, but still it's there. So call on octopus's medicine when you need to be reminded that healing and regeneration are not only possible, they are the nature of life itself. So flexible, resilient, creative, regenerative. Oh, I love this. This is really, I'm loving this reading big time. Okay, I'm going to draw an angel number card. This deck. I'm connecting. I love this reading. Seriously, I'm going to draw this one. I just drew this for... what sign did I just do? I forget already. I'm so into your reading. I'm not there, I'm here. Okay, 1717 says, the number signifies luck is coming your way, both romantically and professionally. You're going to have, just Cancer, for Cancer I pulled. You're going to have a lot of original and creative ideas in the days to come. I told you, octopuses are creative. They're dexterous. Okay, I'm going to pull a trinket. This is too funny. It's a microphone. Okay, so someone has something to say. That's really interesting. I'm gonna put that on the octopus because I find that the octopus is really the star of the show here tonight. But I'm really loving how for me the octopus energy here is opening the reading to, you know, you're doing this reflection where you're looking back at things in order to move forward better, right? And to construct a different vision for yourself. So I find it really interesting that the octopus's energy is there to really show you that you're capable. I don't know. And the star is your supporter, right? Like your guides are supporting you as well for me. Even if it's in reverse, I told you for me, it doesn't... But the microphone is an interesting piece in terms of there's something you need to voice. There's something that needs to be communicated. I just heard transported, but transported like sound, like through waves, right? So it's really interesting. So what's really sticking with me is the word sound. I love this reading. I hope you did too. Please share, like, subscribe, the whole thing. I'll see you soon, okay? Take care. Bye.